We all know the Beatles, and we are captivated by the lives of the royal family, but now it's time to familiarize ourselves with something else British, and that would be UK puzzle brands. Hi, I'm Sandra, the Puzzling Canadian, and welcome to my channel. Well, in the month of May, I introduced the 5 and 5 Puzzling Challenge, where I created 5 prompts that were related to the month of May. I want to thank everybody who participated in this event. I have really enjoyed taking a look at all the puzzles that you selected for those 5 prompts. Now, one of those prompts was to complete a puzzle that is a UK brand. So in this video, I wanted to take a closer look at those UK brands. Depending on where you live, UK brands may not be readily available to you. However, it's always good to familiarize yourself with those brands just in case they may pop up at a thrift store or at a trade. So some of those UK brands include Gibsons, House of Puzzles, Laurence King, Professor Puzzle, Rock Saws, Happily Puzzle Company, and Cloudberries, just to name a few. I took a quick look through my puzzling to-do pile and decided to pull out 3 UK brands and work on them and share with you some information about each brand. Now, first up is Gibsons. Now, this is a brand that I think most puzzlers are a little familiar with as a UK brand, and I have done Gibson puzzles in the past, and I find them quite enjoyable. The company has been around since 1919, so they have been around for a very long time in this industry. They make a lot of puzzles for adults and kids, and they use a variety of artists like Steve Crisp, Dominic Davidson, Trevor Mitchell, Kevin Walsh, just to name a few. Now, the thing I like about Gibson is that their pieces are very thick and sturdy, and that is very important to me. It provides a different feel when you're working with them. And recently I have purchased right here one of these little gadgets which help measure the thickness of the puzzle pieces. So I did that for Gibson, and Gibson's pieces measure 2.2 millimeters. And that is pretty thick compared to some other puzzle companies. So the puzzle that I recently completed that was a Gibson puzzle was from this multi-box here. This is called Harbor Holidays, and it features the work of Terry Harrison. The one that I worked on here, so it was called Whitby. I enjoyed working on it, and you know, it was tricky at times because you have the buildings on the side, the houses that all look the same. There's a lot of brown. So the first thing I ended up doing really was I started working on the water. That's what stood out the most, and then working on the boats. And then you just looked carefully at the detail. I like how in a lot of their puzzles too, there's a lot of sky. It looks very pretty. So overall, I really enjoyed working on this specific image. And this was the first time that I actually worked on a multi-box, and I think they are a really good deal. If you go to the Puzzles Canada website, they are available for $37.99 Canadian, and that's for 4 500-piece puzzles. And that means you are paying $9.50 per puzzle, so I think that is a fantastic deal. Overall, I find Gibson a very high quality puzzle brand. From the puzzles that I've worked in the past and the one that I worked on recently for this video, I find them very enjoyable, and I really enjoy the quality of their pieces. So it is definitely a brand that I will be doing again in the future. Next up is a UK brand called Laurence King. Now, I have never done one of their puzzles before, but once they introduced the world of Bridgerton, they got me hooked, and that was the first puzzle I got from this brand. Now, Laurence King Publishing is one of the world's leading publishers of books and gifts, and that's why you see a lot of their puzzles themed around literature, like The Great Gatsby, Sherlock Holmes, Virginia Woolf. However, they do have also pop culture puzzles like James Bond, Wes Anderson, and of course, Freddie Mercury. Now, I started working on this puzzle right after season 3 was dropped, and I watched all 4 episodes. But this puzzle here is focused on season 1 and 2 of Bridgerton, and it has over 30 characters from those 2 seasons. And inside you also get a scandal sheet from Lady Whistledown. So a lot of information provided on that scandal sheet. And it's very interesting to see, and the poster is really big with this image. So I really like that. The pieces for a Laurence King puzzle have a matte soft finish, which is really nice. Once the image is complete, their piece quality is very good. So I measured the pieces and they come out to 1.8 millimeters. So not as thick as a Gibson puzzle, but still very good quality. Now to start off this puzzle, I began, of course, with the edges, because that's what I usually do when I'm casually puzzling, is start off with the edges. And then I was going to work on the bottom section where the dance floor is, because there's so many beautiful gowns there and there are a lot of beautiful colors. So I thought it would be the easiest thing to do first. And it was. It was nice to take out all the different shades of blue, reds, pinks, yellows, and start assembling the dresses. So once I got most of those dresses done, I decided, let me just move up to the top and do maybe a little bit of the top. So I managed to do the cream section of the ceiling, and then I was trying to find the pieces, the lines, and there's so many different lines. My brain was just not absorbing the information and getting any of the sections at the top done. So I was stuck there for a while, and then I decided, I think what I need to do is start from the bottom and just work my way all the way to the top. And that's what I did. Went back to the bottom, made sure I finished everything in the bottom half, and then slowly worked my way up. And I have to say, this was such an enjoyable puzzle to do. I did it casually, no speeding here. I was enjoying looking at all the detail of the puzzle. You know, I like how they just threw in some of that little scandal there with, you know, people hiding behind curtains. And I found it a lot of fun to work on. If you are a fan of Bridgerton, I would recommend this puzzle because it's a joy to complete. I enjoyed the quality. The only one thing I found was there was one damaged piece. But that sometimes happens in production. It's not a reflection, I think, of the company overall. I really liked the quality. And if you are in North America, you can find Laurence King puzzles at the Puzzle Nerds and at Puzzles Canada. Next up is a brand called Professor Puzzles. Now, I did not have this brand in my to-do pile, but through my research, I came across it and I was very interested, and I decided I think I want to work on this UK brand. So I made a trip to Toronto to the Puzzle Nerds, and they have this brand in their store. So the one that I selected was this one here called Food Trucks. It's 500 pieces. And I selected it because it's so colorful. I really like the colors that was in this puzzle. It's not an image that I normally do. It's a very busy puzzle with a lot of detail, but I did like the colors. So one thing I noticed right away is the packaging is really sturdy. A nice square little box, and I love how it opens up. Look at this. You just pull the string there. Inside, it slides out, and it's packaged in a bag, a paper bag rather than a plastic bag. And also, they have dividers inside where you can set up and then use this bottom half as a sorting tray. So the way they packaged it is really nice. Their quality is very good. So I measured their pieces, and their pieces are also 2.2 millimeters, just like the Gibsons. So a very thick and sturdy brand. On the back side, they have sort of like a white finish that says Professor Puzzles on it. So it's nice to the touch when you're working on it. And it is a very snug puzzle. When you put the pieces in there, it takes a long time to take them apart. Now, the image is not, like I said before, something that I normally do. So the way I decided to tackle this one was to build as you go. Usually when I do puzzles, I do the edge first, and then I tackle different sections. But it is very busy. I decided I'm just going to pick up a piece, try to figure out where it is in the image, and just leave it there and slowly build as I go along. So not something that I normally do. It took me a little bit longer to assemble that way, but it was fun. It was fun taking a look at all the detail, all the different type of trucks, the coffee truck, the pizza truck. I think there was a cake truck. There was a bar truck, a bar truck there too. So it was lovely taking a look at a lot of the detail. They do have a poster provided for you, so you can look at the image a little bit closer. So thank goodness, because there was a lot of detail. So I enjoyed working on this puzzle. Overall, it's a very good quality, very enjoyable puzzle. And if you want to take a look at their images or get a closer look, you can visit the website or the store, the Puzzle Nerds, and they carry that brand. So those were 3 UK brands that I completed, but I do have a few more in my puzzling to-do pile that I would like to share with you. So another UK brand that maybe many of you are familiar with is Cloudberries. So I have this one here. It's been in my pile for a while, still haven't worked on it, but it is a UK brand and they have many beautiful images. So you may want to take a look at that one. Another one that I didn't even realize it was UK till I went to look at my puzzling pile. It is, sorry, that's upside down. It's called Gorgeous Games. I received this puzzle from a trade with a puzzling friend, and I didn't even realize that it was a UK brand, but it looks really nice. So Gorgeous Games is another brand. And I wanted to show you this Gibson. It is a Gibson, but it is something very different. So this one is Star Wars themed, and you don't find these in North America. But when I went to London last year, I found this in the tourist area. So if you are going to London or to anywhere in the UK in the tourist areas, they will have a lot of Gibson puzzles available that are very unique or different from what you see maybe in North America or other locations. If you've done any of these brands, I'd love to hear from you. I'd like to know about what your thoughts are on them. Or perhaps you have some suggestions for other UK brands that are out there that I'm not aware of. You can leave all that information down in the comment section below. So that is my spotlight on UK brands. I hope you have learned about some new brands and maybe you might come across them on your hunt for puzzles and give them a try. Thanks for stopping by my channel and viewing this video. Until next time, happy puzzling.